Hello yogis, welcome to Playa Tahita in southern Tenerife with Montaña Roja in the background. Today's practice is a slow flow to unwind and de-stress. So roll out your mat and let's begin. Let's begin kneeling at the back of our mats, Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose. One palm on top of the other, dropping into the breath. Long, slow inhales and equally long, slow exhales. Take a big breath in and then let it out through the mouth. And again, breathe in, out through the mouth, letting go of all that tension. Rise up into kneeling and then clasp the hands behind the tailbone, kneeling cobra. Then on an exhale, fold forward to child's pose and let the arms go up to give the shoulders a lovely stretch. Breathing deep. Navel in, inhale, rise back up to kneeling, to cobra, really opening that chest, and then come back to center. Let's come into tabletop. Cat and cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, curling from the tailbone, head rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Really stretching up through those shoulder blades. Come back to neutral, then arms to the top of the mat, and then sink the forehead down to the mat, hips above the thighs, puppy pose. Great again for the upper back when you've been sat at a desk, rounding your shoulders at a computer or driving a lot. And if you want to deepen the stretch, gaze up at your hands. Keep the lower belly engaged to protect the lumbar spine. Breathing deep here. Then on an inhale, come through and forward to Sphinx. Tailbone aiming for the heels, elbows under the shoulders, radiating the chest forward. Lovely chest opener as well as a back bend. Breathing deep here. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing. Navel to spine, then carefully come back up to tabletop. Hands slightly in front of the shoulders, curl the toes, and on an exhale, seat bones up and back. Our first down dog of the practice. Pedal it out, find any movement that feels good. Letting go of any tensions, any worries, and find some stillness. Pressure firmly through all the fingers on the mat, lengthening the spine, gently straightening the knees. Heels don't have to touch the mat. Navel knitted in. Then come high on the toes and exhale forward to plank. Lower the knees all the way down to the belly. On an inhale, rise to cobra. Hold it there, then exhale, bow. Inhale back through tabletop, curling the toes. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out again if that feels good. Remembering slow, deep breaths. Inhale the right leg up, bend the knee, then stack the hips. So you're looking under your right shoulder. Lovely stretch. Then square and straighten the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot through. Lower the back knee, low lunge. Lovely stretch for the hip flexor. You can put your hands, both hands, onto the right knee, or you can keep your hands on the mat. You want to be sinking down so you feel the stretch in the front of the left hip. Then plant the palms. I'm just sorting out my mat. And then inhale the right arm up. So we're opening out towards the right. Gazing up to the hand. Low lunge twist. And then exhale, framing the foot. And then push back into your half splits. So the hips are over the left knee. Don't worry about my wobbling about here. My mat's just blown up a bit with the wind. It's very windy. The right leg is straight and you're folding over the right leg. Knee as straight as possible, but it doesn't matter if it's bent. Right toes flexed to put that stretch into the calf as well. Squaring the hips, so imagine you're pulling the right hip back. Then inhale, come forward to low lunge, lift the back knee, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders down the back. Curl the toes. Hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take any movements that feel nice and then feel the lovely stretch. Head is between the upper arms. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale the right leg up. Bring it back down. Inhale the left leg up. Open out that hip. So stack the hips. So you're now looking under your left shoulder. You can flex that top foot, trying to get the heel to the buttock. Then square and straighten the leg. Then exhale, bring the left foot through, lower the back knee. Low lunge on this side. Hands can come up onto the thigh, sinking into that right hip flexor. Get a lovely stretch, but just check that the left knee is not going beyond the ankle. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Frame the foot, then open up through the left side. Low lunge twist on this side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, frame the foot and then push back into your half splits on this side. Breathing deep. Letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. Now is the only moment that matters. Inhale, come through to low lunge, lift the back knee, step back to plank, and then exhale, lower all the way or halfway, and then you can come up through into upward facing dog or cobra. Breath cycle here before curling the toes, exhaling up and back into downward dog. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Come high on your toes, step the right leg forward, followed by the left, forward fold. Grasp opposite elbows with the hands, generous bend in the knees to give the lower back a lovely stretch, ragdoll forward fold, sway side to side, nod the head, shaking the head, letting go of any tensions, any worries. Then take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to flat back. And then exhale, folding from the hips. Knees bent as much as they need to be. Elbows going out side to side. Forward folds are great for relieving stress, triggering the parasympathetic, the calming side of our nervous system. Breathing deep here. Stretching our hamstrings, our glutes and our back. Then inhale up to halfway lift, fingertips on the mat. Exhale, hands to the waist, tuck the chin, bend the knees and inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose. Just notice how you're feeling. Tall through the center channel, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right leg back. Squeezing everything into the midline, rise up, high lunge. Then on an exhale, left arm goes behind, right arm in front, high lunge with a twist. Breathing deep here. Sink a little lower if you can. The back knee may need to stay bent in order for the spine to be in alignment. Inhale, arms up overhead, untwist. Exhale, bow, framing the foot. Step back to plank. Exhale, halfway or all the way down, then inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Breathing deep. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Prepare for high lunge. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Then on an exhale, twisting to the right. The left arm comes forward, the right arm goes back. Really squeezing that navel up and in to help with balance. Breathing deep here. Everything is working. Then sweep the right arm down, untwist, rise up into high lunge, and then bow, frame the foot. We'll meet in plank, then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale the left leg up, bend the knee, then bring the left knee behind the left wrist, right leg straight behind. Into pigeon, you can stay up or you can come down onto your forearms. Breathing deep here, send the breath to that outer left hip, that left glute. Make sure that the left foot is staying flexed to protect the knee. With every inhale, bring in positivity, and every exhale, let go of any worries. Navel to spine, inhale, rise back up. Then Bring your weight onto your left buttock and swing the right leg round and bring the right knee on top of the left foot. And your knee might be very high and you might be upright, and that is fine. If you can cross your legs one on top of the other, then inhale, rise up, exhale, fold forward. Square pose or double pigeon. Very intense stretch for the outer right hip, sending your breath to the area you're feeling it the most. Inhale, and on an exhale, rise back up. Bring the right leg round to the back again, then curl the toes and bring yourself back up into down dog. Come forward to plank, chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, bend the knee and bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Left leg goes to the back. You can stay up or fold down. If your right hip is very high, be sure to not roll onto it in this position. You may want to put a block or a cushion underneath. You want to keep the hips level. Right foot flexed. Breathing deep. Inhale. Exhale. Navel to spine. Inhale, rise up. Then roll onto the right buttock and swing the top leg round. Left leg is now on top of the right leg. The knee may be quite high, in which case you'll just stay sitting up. If you can get the knee down, inhale, arms up, exhale, folding forward from the hips. Double pigeon on this side. Slow, deep breaths. Letting go with every exhale. Navel to spine, rise back up. Swing that left leg back round to the back, then curl the left toes, push back into downward facing dog. Do any movements that feel nice. Then come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Step the right leg followed by the left leg to the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, root to rise. Arms taking up space, up overhead. Palms together through heart center. Notice how you feel. Then sit onto the mat carefully. Lean forward and on an exhale, lower the back all the way down to the mat. Bend the knees in and then soles of the feet together, drop the knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. Then place your left hand on your heart and right hand on the belly. We're going to do some 3-part breaths. On an inhale, feel the belly rise, followed by the chest, followed by feeling the breath right up in the clavicles, the collarbones. Then exhale, feel the collarbones go down, the chest go down, and then the belly go down. Inhale, belly rises, followed by the chest, followed by the collarbones. Exhale, the collarbones go down, the chest deflates, the belly deflates. Keep going with your own breath. 3-part breathing is so good for us. It uses all our lungs, it oxygenates us really well, and it calms our nervous system. It activates the parasympathetic, the calming side of the fight and flight nervous system that often gets overactive during the busy day. Then legs out long, as wide as the mat, arms out to the side, palms up. Let the breathing return to normal. Any thoughts that come into the head, don't engage with them, just let them drift on by. This is constructive rest for the body and the mind. Focusing on the breathing. I invite you to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Take a really deep breath to wake yourself back up. Stretch up overhead and bend the knees. Roll onto one side, cradling your head on your upper arm. And then bring yourself back up to a seated position of your choice. Arms up overhead, gathering in all this wonderful calming energy. Bring it down to your heart center. Bow your head to your hands. Mind intelligence to the heart intelligence. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this class. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please click the subscribe button below. Thank you very much. There's the top of Montaña Roja.